Good morning, one and all. Now, today for seventh class, okay, I am going to start one new lesson, Africa. So, the last class we learned about which one? Europe. Already you know the 7 continents. So among that 7 continents, the last class or last 2 or 3 classes we were learning about Europe, which is known as the second smallest continent. Already you know the largest continent, smallest continent, all that you might have studied in smaller classes. So now we are going to learn about Africa, another one continent. So you know the location of India. So now India's west side of India, okay, we are having a large continent that is known as Africa. This Africa is known as the second largest continent in the world. Which is the largest continent? Asia. So the largest continent is Asia. The smallest continent is Australia. Now we are learning about the continent Africa. Africa is known as the second largest continent in the world. This continent is also known as dark continent. Okay. So Africa is known as dark continent. So sometimes they may ask the question for you. Okay. Which continent is known as dark continent? Africa is known as dark continent. Now you know about the value of gold or how the gold is cost and everything. The world's largest gold and diamond mines are located in this continent. Is it clear? The world's second largest continent, Africa. Among the worlds, if we are comparing the world overall in each and every continent, each and every country, the world's largest gold and diamond mines, coal mines or different mines you might have heard. So this gold and diamond mines, the largest gold and diamond mines in the world we can see in this African continent. In Africa, the coast is a narrow plain and the rest of the continent is a vast plateau. Okay, Africa's coastal area you know, which is near to seas or oceans. So Africa's coast, it is very narrow. Okay, narrow plain, a small, not that much wide, narrow plain, and the rest of the continent is vast plateau. Okay, not plain, not the hill also, plateaus. Okay, not mountains, not plain, plateaus are more there. Many places even now the human beings haven't gone, such places are also we can see in this continent. The highest peak in Africa is Mount Kilimanjaro. Okay, that is in the country Tanzania. Already you know the highest peak in the world is known as Mount Everest, which is in Himalayas, which is in north side of India. So the highest peak in Africa, the name is Mount Kilimanjaro. Okay, Mount Kilimanjaro. So Mount Kilimanjaro is known as the highest peak in the Africa. Because the highest peak in Africa, Mount Kilimanjaro. Now coming to in Africa, the largest lake, it is known as Lake Victoria. Okay, lake you know, you might have heard. We are having in Andhra Pradesh Kolleru Lake, Pulikat Lake, like that. Lake Victoria is the highest or the largest lake in the Africa. Okay, Lake Victoria. So Lake Victoria, it is the largest lake in Africa. Okay, so the highest mountain in Africa, highest peak in Africa, Mount Kilimanjaro. Largest lake in Africa, Lake Victoria. Now coming to this Lake Victoria, it is known as also one of the largest freshwater lakes in the world. Okay, freshwater means only it is not the content of salt or anything. So Lake Victoria is the largest lake in Africa, and also it is known as one of the largest freshwater lakes in the world. Okay, not only in Africa, among the world, if you are comparing, Lake Victoria is one of the largest freshwater lake. Now coming to Thar Desert, which is in India, Rajasthan. Same way, you might have heard about the Sahara Desert, the biggest desert in the world. Okay, the Sahara Desert, it is known as the biggest desert in the world. It is also in the northern part of Africa. Okay, the Sahara. This is the biggest desert in the world. So Sahara Desert is known as biggest desert in the world. This desert is also located in northern part of Africa. Now Africa has very long rivers like Nile, the Nile River. You might have heard about the Nile River. The Nile is also flowing through Egypt. Egypt is name of one country which is in African continent. Most of the Egypt is desert. Already you might have seen in some films, for example, Mummy, Egyptian pharaohs, then big statues, full. So Egypt, most of the part is desert only. It is covered with sand. But the Nile River is flowing along with this country, Egypt also. So when I explained to you about this globe, 0 degree latitude is known as equator, 23.5 degree north it is Tropic of Cancer, 23.5 degree south it is Tropic of Capricorn, again 66.5 degree north it is Arctic Circle, 66.5 degree south it is Antarctic Circle, 90 degree north pole, 90 degree south pole, globe overall. Okay, so Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn and the equator pass through this continent. Did you get the specialty? So I already told you about the globe and I explained you about it. So the location, when we are comparing to the location of this, I am telling that equator upside 23.5 degree north Tropic of Cancer, 23.5 degree south Tropic of Capricorn. So Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn and equator pass through African continent. Among these, the equator passes through the middle of the continent. So I told you three: Tropic of Cancer, equator, Tropic of Capricorn. Equator passes through the middle of this African continent. The zone between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn is known as tropic zone. Is it clear? Tropic zone means equators 0 degree latitude, equators upside up to 23.5 degree north, equators downside up to 23.5 degrees south. This zone region between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn is known as tropic region. A large part of Africa on both sides of the equator receives heavy rainfall. So already you know this area, Africa I already told you the dark continent. So this tropic region, that means large part of Africa on both sides of equator, equator is north side and equator is south side, both part of Africa which is having the sides of equator both sides, it receives heavy bulk of rainfall. In south there is arid region called Kalahari Desert. Okay, south side we can see another one desert name. That desert is known as Kalahari Desert. The region is arid. The climate name, okay, arid climate. That means some semi-climate, not too hot, not too cool like that. People with different languages and lifestyle and habits live in different regions of Africa. So already you know the people, the settlements in these continents, different types of people are living. Same way in African continent also we can see the people with the different languages, different lifestyle, different religions, different regions, all together they are living in this African continent. Different regions of Africa we can see different types of people who are speaking different languages, different types of people who are having different types of lifestyles. So we can see in different parts of or different regions of Africa. Europeans, now I told you the last class we told about the Europeans, okay. Europeans were familiar only with the northern coastal regions of Africa. So Europe came to know only about the north side of Africa. Because Europe's downside, no, Africa's north side. If you have seen the world map, you might be knowing. So the Europeans were familiar only with the northern coastal regions of Africa. While our Indian people, our India, then Arab traders, they know about eastern side because it is very familiar for us these areas. Olden times, the Africans were caught by the European people or Europeans. So the Africans were captured and enslaved mainly from coastal areas of Guinea as well as coastal regions of Eastern Africa. And they were made to slaves for different works or something, okay. So in these coastal areas, which area? Coastal areas of Guinea, the place in Africa, and also coastal regions of east side of Africa. The Africans were captured and they were enslaved, kept them as slaves for different kinds of work, and these slaves were brought to coast areas and they were sold to Europeans. Europeans bought these slaves and they used to make them to work according to their wish. Okay, so many African people, they were captured and they were made slaves, and these slaves were sold to Europeans for different kinds of works. The slave trade came to an end in 19th century. Now it is not there, okay. This is all the history what I am telling. So this trade, slave trade came to end in the 19th century, and slaves were declared free citizens in 1860. 1860 onwards there was no more slaves. The slaves, they became free and they were free to live according to their wish. Dutch means the other name of Holland, okay, a country which is in Europe, Holland. The people of the Holland are known as Dutch. Same way English, the England people, the people who from England, the Dutch, the English, then the French. French means the people of France, okay. Dutch means the people of Holland or Netherlands. Netherlands, Holland, both are one name of one country only, okay. So Dutch means the people of Netherlands or Holland. English means the people of England, and French means the people of France, and Germans already you know the people of Germany. So these four countries, which Holland or Netherlands, England, French and German, the peoples from these countries, they gained more influence in the interior parts of Africa, and they colonized these areas slowly. Just like how the England, they came to India for trade purpose, slow by slow, they totally made our India under their country, and India became a colony of England. Same way, in the Africa, many countries, Africa's many areas were under the control of which country? Holland, England, Germans and France. So these four countries came to the different parts of the Africa, and they colonized slow by slow some areas under their control. And the Europeans exported African timber. Export means export and import. Export means from our country to sending to other countries some items. Import means from other countries we are taking to our countries. So here from Africa, these Europeans means which Holland, France, Germans, these all are European countries, okay, England, France, Germany. These countries, they exported African timber. Timber means wood. The trees wood, timber means wood business, okay. So these countries, they exported African timber to different their countries. Not only African timber, then minerals like gold, diamonds, copper. These all they exported from Africa to Europe, to their countries. So such a way, this continent Africa was totally under the control of the European countries. Now coming to the countries of Africa. African countries have been gradually gained their independence from these European countries, like just India got freedom from England. The African countries also got freedom. They fought hardly for their freedom, and these countries also got freedom in later years. New nations have come up where the people now have their own governments. Okay. Now there is no such colony or something like that. Now most of the countries in Africa, it has gained freedom from these European countries. These are the main points whatever we are learning from this lesson. Now, you know the definition of colonies. What is the definition of colonies? Colonies means the areas or countries which are governed by another country. People from another country, they will be more powerful. Is it clear? So colonies, how can we give the definition? The areas or countries which are governed by another, or which are governed by people from more powerful country, just like we were under British. The African countries were under the control of France, Germany, like that. Okay. South Africa, a colony of British. South Africa, example we can say, South Africa is a country which is in African continent. You will be very familiar with that, South Africa. So South Africa was a colony of British country. Okay, the Britain country of Britain, just like we were a colony of Britain. Britain, England, that all one only. Okay. Slave means I already told you, a person who is owned by another person and made to work for him without any salary and any comforts. In Telugu, I think Balishalo, slaves means. So I told you many African people were caught, captured, and they were sold to Europeans as slaves. So slaves means a person who is owned by another person. By giving money and something, they are owning another person. And these slaves, they are asked to work without any salary, without any comfort. Plateau, plateaus, plains, already you know. Okay, plateaus are land forms with some uneven. Not full plain, not full mountains. Okay, some uneven, relatively level surface with steep slope in one area. Tropic region, I told you. Equator is upside. Tropic of Cancer 23.5 degree. Equator is downside. Tropic of Capricorn. So equator is north side and south side, which is consists of Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. It is known as tropic region. Okay, the zone between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, neither side of the equator. This is the region which is known as tropic region, and there is hardly any winter also known as torrid zone. Okay, it's another one name of that region is known as torrid zone. Now coming to temperate zone. So tropic region I told you, equator is upside and downside. That already in the other classes you might be, when I explained about the globe and all, you might have been. Okay, this is the class for today. We learned about this continent Africa. Go through this continent once, whatever the point I told you, go through the points once again and revise once again. We will meet in the next class. Have a nice day. Stay home. Stay healthy.